Years kept moving forward. The children who once followed Raka through the forest paths slowly grew older. Some moved away to distant towns, some stayed. But something unusual began to happen in the forest. At first, it was small things. A stream that had flowed clearly for decades suddenly became cloudy. Birds that used to sing every morning grew strangely quiet. And one morning, Raka noticed something that made his chest tighten. A massive old tree near the heart of the forest had fallen. Not from age, not from storm. Cut. Raka knelt beside the stump and ran his hand across the rough surface. Fresh. Someone had done this recently. Behind him, one of the young villagers, Mira, spoke quietly. Raka, people from the city came yesterday. They said this land might be used for development. Raka said nothing. He simply closed his eyes and listened. For a moment, there was only silence.
Then, a faint whisper moved through the soil beneath his fingers. Not words, more like a feeling. Heavy, tired. Raka opened his eyes slowly. "The forest is afraid," he said softly.
That night, the village gathered in the small town hall. Some villagers were excited. New roads, more jobs, a bigger town. But others looked uneasy. Mira stood beside Raka. "What do we do?" she asked. Raka looked around the room. He remembered when he was a boy, when no one believed the forest could speak. But this time, things were different. Many of the children he had once guided were now grown, and they remembered. A young man stood up. "I used to play in that forest," he said. "My grandfather taught me which plants could heal wounds." Another woman spoke. "The river there waters our farms." Then Mira raised her voice. "And if we destroy it, what will be left?" The room slowly fell silent. Raka didn't shout. He simply walked to the center of the room. "The forest has protected this village long before we were born," he said. "It gives us water, air, life." He looked at the people one by one. But most importantly, it trusted us. The next morning, something incredible happened. Villagers gathered at the forest edge. Dozens of them, young and old. They placed wooden signs along the trail. Protected forest area. Children planted new saplings where the old tree had been cut. Farmers helped restore the stream. And when the city developers returned, they found an entire village standing together, protecting the forest. Late that evening, Raka walked alone into the woods. The air felt lighter, healthier. He stopped at the place where the old tree once stood. A small new sapling had already been planted there. As he crouched down beside it, the wind stirred gently. Leaves rustled, and suddenly, a tiny glowing light appeared again between the branches. The same one he had seen years ago. It hovered in the air, pulsing softly. Raka smiled. "Been a while," he whispered. The light flickered, and this time, the voice was clearer, soft, ancient. "But you kept your promise." Raka looked around the quiet forest. "No," he said. "We did." The glowing light drifted upward through the leaves, And somewhere deep beneath the roots of the forest, something old and wise rested peacefully. Because the forest no longer had just one listener. Now, it had many. And as long as people listened, the forest would always have a voice.